We're going to kick it off right away with, well, first we're going to start with a little bit of recognition as usual, and welcome you guys here to this Monday night. We are really, really excited to, yes, Schematics would be proud of you. Okay, I love you guys. Okay, to our 6-week boom. We're really pumped to do this with you guys. We really are. And I totally recognize you guys are carving, 30 minutes out a week with us, time for your actions, and everything that we bring to you is meant to add value. It's meant to be something that you can apply directly to your business, that you can do for growth. Like, we are not about fluff here. We are about growth. And, so we're really pumped to get going. We have just over 30 people who have joined. So I'm really excited. And if you're on and you have not yet filled out the opt-in form, no worries, just go fill it out right after this. Okay, the link is all over in Leaders Rise here. You can fill it out. It's not a big deal, but just we want to have you physically opt in, and then we want to see that why you're joining. Okay, it helps us understand why, which is a lot of what tonight is about. So a couple of rank advancements. Mackenzie Doty Hit Manager, you guys, so exciting. Mackenzie Doty Hit Manager. And then that means that, and we'll have comp plan later, but that means that she has 2 consultants. So, and she's doing it from Belize, which is awesome. To be able to build this business from anywhere, right? From Belize, from the beach. In a country that we aren't even actually physically in with Isagenix, but to be able to do it down there is just incredible. And then 2 new consultants, Jenna Derby. Yeah, Danny, I know. I don't know if she's in South Dakota, but yes, she is. Awesome. And then Denise Hardy. So congrats, you guys. People getting paid, getting their share bonus. Remember, you have through this week to get an extra share bonus, right? Through Sunday. $50 if you share with 2. Get 2 people started, $100 if you get 3 or more people started. So just remember, all of that is on the table for you. And then I wanted to also just put up on the screen here because you guys, it is wonderful to see Leader in Action for February so far. Okay, and I'm tracking mine. I have it right here. I have points in some of the columns, not all, but I'm working on all. And the people with the asterisks next to them, they've already filled out all the columns this month. Okay, so major kudos, major shout out, and congrats. Those are some really awesome points, you guys. And so I can say, like Danny Leverson, for example, she's going to get pools in the director, and we'll talk about that later during the boom. Teresa in the manager pools. I know they're going to get them. They already have filled out the categories. So it's just awesome to see. Okay. Then, I'll hit stop share. Okay. Okay. So congrats to you guys. Yes. So yes. And exactly, Gretchen, I feel like just having it printed out, even if you're putting zeros on there, just starting to track it and getting familiar and getting comfortable with knowing exactly where you fall each week. And we'll go over what this means, really. But, if you Google Leader in Action Worksheet Isagenix, it pops right up for you. And that's one of my goals during this boom, is for everyone to feel super empowered to just go to Google and type in Isagenix Leader in Action. You can pop it up. Thank you, Gretchen. You put it right in there for us. So the boom, you guys, really what we're going to do is we're going to spend 6 weeks together. And hopefully longer. Hopefully you stick around longer, because we're here for it. Like, we're here for it in the long term. We do this team call every Monday night. Hopefully it sets for you a habit of 30 minutes to kick off your week. And hopefully what you notice over the next 6 weeks is by plugging in, you set this intention for yourself that you're going to do something to move your business forward during the week. So most of you know Jake and me. But for those of you who don't, it's truly wonderful to see each of you on. I really, we love having new people here. If you're just getting started, this is a perfect time and it's a place for you. And if you've been around the block for a while, it's also a perfect time and a place for you. Either way, now is a perfect time. And everything that I keep hearing, especially with the 4 million models that I think we have hit officially with Isagenix, of collagen, especially with what's to come. There's so much excitement on the horizon. And I hope that you feel that. And I hope that, you know, by plugging in right now, you're like, gosh, this is a really good decision that I'm making. Okay. So I'm going to put up on the screen, Dr. Yes, exactly. So the spring boom. So you must opt in to earn prizes. I know people are already doing that. And then beyond that, what we have is we will write in Leaders Rise here. There is, and I'm going to post them right after this, there's going to be a mindset thread and there's going to be an action thread. And those threads operate a lot like the threads that we have in our product groups, okay? Where every single day you might have posted a shake selfie, or you might have posted a fitness or a sweaty selfie. Every day, mindset and action, mindset and action. And we have trained so many times over time on just really the trifecta to success being mindset, skills, and action. And think of it like a triangle. Like, think of it like a tripod. You know, if one of your tripod legs is wonky, the whole tripod tips over. Okay, so skills are learned by putting them into action and by showing up and watching and doing the steps that we talk about. So mindset, you know, last week we went over all the different books and all the different ways that you can feed your brain. And if you didn't watch it, you can go back and look at my YouTube channel at last week's call. But we have a huge list of books right in Leaders Rise here. It's pinned at the top under announcements. I highly encourage you to pick a book and read it during these next 6 weeks. Some accountability groups, I know, and we'll talk about what they are in a second, but they've already formed this idea that they're going to do, I think I have to, hold on. I think there's people. Yeah, okay. Some of the accountability groups, they're reading a book together. So feel free to jump in, read a book together, whatever, you know, if you want to pick a book, go grab one and read it together. And then each day when you do a little bit of mindset, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's writing out your gratitudes, maybe it's, you know, picking up a book that you have that you want to read and reading 10 pages. Put it in the chat. Put it on that comment thread for mindset. Same thing for action, okay? Action. Just said that word 3 times.
You did.
Removes all doubt. Action breeds clarity and action removes all doubt. So maybe your action for the day is reaching out to 3 people. Maybe it's putting yourself in a situation where you're going to get some no's, okay? That is going to happen. I will tell you, I am in a season of massive action. The number of people that I'm talking to, the number of conversations that I'm having right now, I'm going to get a ton of no's. But guess what? That also means on the flip side, I'm going to get a ton of yeses. Okay? And without being in the right mindset, my action would be in a state of, it would be a little bit lost, or it might be harder for me to handle the no's, or it might not be as clear. Okay? So those 2 threads, I want you guys posting in those 2 threads. We'll do some random drawings, you guys, even for things like the coveted collagen, just random drawings in there for people who are posting in there. Okay? And then I want you guys to form accountability groups of 3 or more. And we're leaving this up to you guys. Jake and I will each have a group as well. So trust me, we'll, you know, as it makes sense, we're here to create groups, but we also know, and we want to empower you, that you guys are leaders and you have business partners, right? You have teammates right here doing the boom with you. And so we want you to be grabbing the people that you're financially tied to, that it makes sense to work closely with, okay? And for some of you, those are going to be people that you're already forming your team. Maybe you've already been doing this together, or you have a new person that you just invited in. Create those groups of 3 or more people, start a message thread with your accountability group, and decide what you want your accountability to look like, okay? Maybe it's, hey, we are all going to promise that we're all on the call every, that we are all on the call every Monday night. Maybe it's that you're going to track leader in action together and you're going to screenshot it to each other in the group. Maybe it is that you are all completing the weekly action items and being eligible for the prize. Maybe you're going to start a Voxer thread or a Marco Polo thread, right? And you're going to be communicating on a regular basis about what it is that you're doing. Maybe you're going to comment every single day on the Mindset and Action thread, and you're all holding yourselves accountable to that. I want you guys to come up with what accountability looks like to you. Okay? And maybe you want to touch base on a separate call during the week. That's okay. Maybe Saturday mornings you want to do coffee and chat as a group. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Some people are going to say they want to, some not. It's whatever your group wants, okay? And then on this call over the next 6 weeks, we will go over the basics, the system, the simplicity, and the duplication and the beauty of this business. We will, and that's our true goal here for you guys, okay? I don't think anyone else is waiting. Okay, good. So week 1, I'm going to stop share for a minute, but week 1 is all about, yes, everyone should be in. Yep. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yes. I might have to make a co-host next week. That would be good. Okay, so week 1, and if you want, you can go to leadersrisehere.com right now, or you can listen and you can make a note to yourself to go to leadersrisehere.com. Week 1 is all about know yourself and know your people. Know yourself and know your people. And what I mean by that is I want you to be so clear on what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. And honestly, there have been seasons in my build that I have been so clear on what I am doing, and that passion on fire or ignorance on fire or that burning desire inside of me carries me greater than any sort of what ifs or objections or haters or judgment or questions I have about the perfect wording or the perfect script, right? So when you know why you're doing something, the how and the what kind of figure themselves out. They really do. When you are super clear on the why, the how and the what figure themselves out. And it's so super important that we are using a system or a process, if you will. A system, for those of you, comment in the chat if you're like, what is a system? I don't get this. When they bring up system, my brain goes blank. It happens, right? It happens for sure. It just means a process. It's a process or a template or a structure for us to do things. So what we have out at leadersrisehere.com, and I'll pull it up, and we right on the main page, we have been using this right here, new associate interview. And I know that you may not be new right now, but it is a new season for everyone. You may have been doing this all the time, but I want you to declare today is a new, I am defining where I am at right now in my business and what I want out of my business. So I want you to pull up the new associate interview, and I want us to all be super comfortable using it. So this week, what I love about this document is I've, gathered input and feedback from others, right on the others who are right here on this team, right here on this call, about these 6 questions. We've gotten them from different teams within Isagenix. We've used them, we've tweaked them over the years. These are just 6 questions that I want you guys to take a little bit of time with, sit with, and answer for yourself. And then I want you to go over them with someone. Okay, so what about Isagenix excites you most right now? And I want you to write it out. And it might be, I'm excited about the collagen and I want others to feel good. Great, put that down. And then really think about, like, what is it within you that's most, exciting about the collagen? What is it, why do you want others to feel that good? Okay. And then how much money will be impactful in your life right now? What will this money do for you? And why is that important to you? And, I love reading through all of your responses on the short little opt-in survey. And that survey was really just an opt-in. It took, 3 to 5 minutes, short amount of time to fill out. But I want with your mentor or your partner that you're going to go over this document with, I want you to go deeper. Okay, I want you to think about, if $500 is influential to you right now, why? Why is it influential? And I want you to go deeper. I want you to think through, $500, maybe it would pay off debt for you. Okay, why is it important to you that you would pay off that debt? You know, someone might say, gosh, I carried that debt with me from before I got married. It's student loan debt and I've had it and I brought it into my marriage. Okay, why is that important for you? Right? Why is that important for you to get rid of it? Well, because I feel guilty carrying it around. Okay, why is it important that you wipe it away? Because I feel, you know, a little bit like my spouse carries this extra debt that is a rub in our marriage. Maybe that's the case, right? Or maybe you're a stay-at-home parent and you want to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. And you're thinking, gosh, if only I could bring in enough money where I could have fun money and spending money and self-care on myself and not just feel so depleted from the role of parenting, you know, and that would fill your cup up. So go deeper on why. You know, for me, I wanted to make $20,000 a year when I started Isagenix. I remember sitting across the table with Amanda Svensson. I was working a corporate job, a good corporate career, but I was sick of climbing the corporate ladder and I was sick of trading time for money. And guess what? Your why doesn't have to resonate with my why. That's fine. But for me, what drove me in the beginning was, gosh, if I made 20 grand a year, Jake could be a school guidance counselor and, you know, he could make a teacher salary and I could make a 20,000 in Isagenix or more. And between that, we could kind of live light and we could, you know, kind of just really kind of get out of that rat race and have time to raise our kids. That was really important to me. It kept me up at night. We would fight about it at night. We would fight about the fact that I felt super trapped in a career and that he spent his 20s, and he would tell you, and I'm telling you this honestly, because there are things that I want you to uncover as you fill this document out. He would say, gosh, I wish that, you know, I could give you what you wanted, or, you know, and I would say, gosh, you were so fortunate to be able to choose to take a pause and make a shift. You know, he went from like sales into school guidance counseling. So he made that shift. I was starting to resent the fact that I hadn't made a shift. It was a pain point. I want you guys to put some pain points on this document as you fill it out. And maybe the pain point for you is related to health, right? Maybe the products and the way that they feel and the amazing results that you've gotten, you want to help others feel that way, okay? And then I want you to come up with, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed to working and creating your results are you? And be honest with yourself. Are you distracted? You're just interested. Isagenix seems fun. I'm here for the fun. Guess what? If you're 1, there's a spot for you here. We just want to know so that we're not holding these unreasonable expectations on you. If you are a 1 or a 2, you know, there's a spot. It doesn't matter. We have a spot for everyone here, no matter how fast or slow you want to go.
Or you're not holding them on yourself.
Yeah.
Which is important too.
So
because
important.
If you know that you're a 3, don't feel all of this pressure that you're not doing all of these things that other people are doing, right? We judge ourselves based on our actions. So as long as you're honest with yourself, like that's what we want you to be. That will bring you the most joy. That will help that 1 and 2 come true for you in a natural way, in a fun way, in a light way.
Yeah.
So really be honest with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it is so true, you guys. If you're a 3 and I'm holding up the Leader in Action worksheet and recognizing people for hitting all the categories, check yourself and say, guess what? I'm a 3. I don't need to feel concerned or compare myself to the people who are filling out all the categories. That's okay. That's totally okay. If you are, you know, if you're sitting here and you're telling your mentor, I'm a 10, I'm a 9, like I'm all in, no excuses, daily action. This is the thing that's going to change my life. Then I want you to be honest about that too. And really then answer question 5 to them. Okay, so number 4 is, what are some potential blocks and challenges that you anticipate getting in the way of creating results? Go over these, right? Maybe you feel shy, or maybe you don't like social media, or maybe you have had a hang up on sales, or maybe your parents do a different network marketing company, or maybe you feel like you have no time to do this. Whatever it is, just put it down. Like, let's just say it so that we can work through it, right? And then number 5, how can I best support you when it feels harder for you? I want the person who you are going over this with So for example, like we will do this with Drew. I'll just say, for example, Drew will do this with us, and we will say, Drew, okay, you said you're this. How can I best support you when it feels harder for you? How do you want me to support you when I don't hear from you? It's normal. We go through our ups and downs of life, right? But do you want space? Do you want me to call you? Do you want some tough love? Do you want me to remind you of why you're doing this? What is it that you want? And let them tell you. Because if they tell you, oh my gosh, I want you to just kick me in the butt, I want you to call me, then you have their permission, right? Then they can do it. Then you know exactly, what to do in the moment when they start not showing up for themselves. Not for you, but for themselves, right? And then question 6, in-person events are a cornerstone to success in this business. What is the next in-person event you are committed to attending? I have it on record that July 14th to 17th is happening in Salt Lake City. Of course, things can change, right? We are in a weird time. If it changes, sure. But, at an event like that, when you are immersed, and for those of you who have been immersed in an event, there is nothing like it. I can't replicate it for you here on Zoom. None of us can.
We can't even explain it to you.
Yeah.
You can't, it's a feeling. It's all around you. It's crazy.
Yep. The community, the clarity, the deep, unshakable belief that spills out of you coming out of those rooms. Just, I would say commit to whether you put down Salt Lake City or you say, I will for sure get to one in 2021 or 2022, January, whatever it is that you're going to put it down there and commit to it, to your mentor. Okay. So the biggest thing that I want you guys doing this week is spending some time with these questions and having an actual conversation with your mentor, and I say mentor, they may just be like a mentor in an aspect of your life, but it might be the person who enrolled you in Isagenix, or it might be the person that you most closely work with in Isagenix, that maybe they've just been here longer than you, right? And if you don't know who that is, or you need help, reach out to Jake or me. We can point you to someone, or we can do it. We're happy to do it. Okay. And then I also want you guys to reach out to all the people within your organization and ask to have this conversation. Even if they're not in the boom, but they want to build, right? We have some people where they're like, now's not my timing, but I'm so in. Great. Reach out to them and say, hey, can we just have a 20, 30-minute conversation? Touch base with them. Do it actually on phone or do it on Zoom. Okay. So you can hear their heart. You can feel, you can connect. And I want to show you guys a fun little, this is hilarious to me. I now carry a recipe box on my desk right here. I learned this from Scott Aaron, the LinkedIn guy, and I love it. He encourages having a card about each person, okay? So you can literally, if this is helpful to you, like I have a million notebooks, it's hard but this recipe box, then you can track and you can write down, so-and-so and the date. Drew said he was this on this date, and Drew needs this from me, and here's why. And, so I really like this concept. It keeps it all front and center. We're using these also for just our initial phone calls with people. So I meet someone, we do a call. Jake just did a call today with a guy he met. He can write down all his details, put it in the recipe box. If this is helpful, this is a system. This is it's a process. It's a system. It's just a simple recipe box I ordered on Amazon. I'm totally loving having it right here because it doesn't get lost in the shuffle of all my other papers. Maybe it's a notebook for you, right? Okay, so new associate interview. And then the other thing, hold on here. And I want you guys, I really do. I want you guys to reach out to everyone that you're partnering with. And they don't have to be doing the boom to do it. I have found the best traction coming from reaching out to, 15, 20 people at a time. Maybe it's only 1 or 2 right now, and that's great. But maybe you reach out to 2 people. And one of them gets back to you and says, yeah, I want to be on a call. That right there tells you something. That tells you the person with the no response, that just kind of tells you where they're at right now. Nope, that's great. That's fine. Now you just kind of know. You're hitting the tennis ball back a little bit slower versus the person who's like, yes, cool. I want to do a call. I want to tell you. I want to talk through and then have the conversation. It shouldn't take more than 20 or 30 minutes to get through, but then you know exactly where they're at and you know exactly how to treat the business relationship and exactly how to plug them in. And if maybe they are telling you, gosh, I'm a 10 and I want this and I'm so all about it. I have all these roadblocks, then you know, oh my gosh, I have this person that wants it, but we need to just get a little, you know, we need to plug them into the system or the training or the tools or whatever it is. Okay. Then the other thing I want you guys to do is this section right here. Again, leadersrisehere.com, right at the main page, your conviction statement. Your conviction statement is a short 1 to 2 sentence statement that clearly tells people why you are doing Isagenix. And when you speak with conviction, no one can dispute why you are doing what you're doing. When you speak with conviction, your confidence and belief will pour out of you. They'll be drawn into your vision, and they may even choose to create their own as you invite them in, right? So I want you to just complete the sentence. I know Isagenix is going to be the vehicle that allows me to blank. Okay? I know, and I want you guys to fill it out. I know Isagenix is going to be the vehicle that, you know, my first one was, allows me to leave corporate America. Allows me to leave corporate America. I didn't even say replace my income, right? Remember the 20,000? I would have been happy with that. It would have allowed me to leave corporate America and come home to my babies. Maybe it's save for my kids' college. Maybe you want to save for your kids' college. Maybe you want to travel the world without dipping into anyone's salaries. Maybe you want to cover private school tuition for your kids. Maybe Isagenix is the vehicle that allows me to cover the cost of our products every month. Maybe it's Isagenix allows me to order as much collagen as I want without feeling guilty or telling my spouse what I'm ordering. I want you guys to put in the chat like some of what you're thinking of. Yes, Gretchen, good, yeah. Put it in the chat. Yes, let's hear some. I know Isagenix is going to help me catch up with a late starter in retirement. I love it. Gretchen, that's great. Travel to see my family. Yes, Lisa, I know how important that is to you. So your conviction statement is, it's something that just burns within you, right? I know Isagenix is the vehicle now that will allow us to create total time and financial freedom. Total time and financial freedom. It can change over time, right? Be home with Maggie and not feel bad about it. Yes, your sweet little girl. I love it. So I want you guys to, yes, these are so good. Isagenix is going to be the vehicle that allows me to show my girls how to dream without limits. Barbie, create more freedom and flexibility for our family while still contributing significantly to our family's income. She's been saying that one for a long time. Contribute significantly. That matters to her. She feels that deep in her soul, right? You want it to feel, you want yourself to feel it. Pay for your kids' college. Oh my gosh, I love these, you guys. Yes. Exactly. Good, good, good. April, I thought Jesse was here. I approved him at one point. Okay. So, and then, oh, Becca, that's good. Allow me to be tied to healthcare me to not be tied to healthcare for the rest of my career if I don't want to be. And Beth, buy my horses, everything. Time freedom, financial freedom, not have to work so much. I love that. You guys, it's so good. Okay, and then the last thing, and then I will send you guys on your merry way, but the last thing is a vision board. And a lot of you have vision boards, right? So this can be a sheet of paper. It can be virtual like this. I just have mine saved right here on my screen. Okay, so I know others do as well. There's Barbie's right above herself.
Right above the top knot.
Right there. And then, so I want you guys to, if you have one, nice, Danny, I love it. And the whole point is not to have this perfect vision board and to create, the point is to put yourself in the state of how your life will feel as you achieve those things. What I'm trying to do this week, what we really want to achieve is clarity and a feeling of I can do this and I'm doing this because it matters so deeply to me. We're trying to create an anchoring in why, so that then you can go out over the next 5 weeks after this and act and do and just trust the process, right? So yes, Heidi, not miss any important moments with my children, create amazing experiences with them. Oh my gosh, I love. So good. So this week, what we are doing, and if you guys have teammates that missed the call, like I totally get it. It's new for people right now. Plus this whole waiting room thing. I am going to next week. I'm going to have someone else co-host with me. And I'll be putting a post in the group this week, and Jake and I mapped out the prizes to kind of hit on different types of people and different love languages and different things that people want. But this week you can win a book off of the list plus a portable phone charger, because you're going to need it. You're going to need a phone charger because your phone's going to die a bunch as you're working through this. So a portable phone charger plus pick a book off the list. This is literally a screenshot out of Leaders Rise Here announcements. You can pick which book. And so these are the 3 things you're going to do. Complete the new associate interview via phone or Zoom with your mentor, and do them with each of your business partners. Okay, so reach out. If you reach out to 5 people and 2 get back to you, do it with those 2 people. Once you're done with that, you're going to have a really good handle on where your business is at and where you are at. Finish your conviction statement and practice it on 3 people this week. It can be anyone. It can be, hey, want to share with my spouse why I'm doing it, or I want to tell my kids why I'm doing it, or I want to call my mom, or I want to call my best friend and tell them Isagenix is going to be the vehicle for me to blank. And then complete your vision board. Hard copy, virtual, it doesn't matter, but spend some time this week knowing yourself and also knowing the people that you have, and then come back next week. And you just have to comment by noon on Monday. In the afternoon on Monday, we'll do the drawing for the person who wins both of those items next week. And then we'll be back next week.
Noon Central.
Noon Central. And we will be back next week. Eunice, I love it. Stay part-time because you love having the best of both worlds. Yes, part-time work, part-time parenting, I think is incredible. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight and participating, and make it a really great week. Bye, guys.